Hello and welcome. Today we're going to have a look at an application I wrote completely using AI prompting and the Cursor IDE. So let's jump in. First off, we need to log in. Login authentication is taken care of using Supabase authentication. We have two users set up in the system, the admin user and the demo user. Once logged in, the user is presented with this dashboard. The dashboard gives you a bird's eye view of your asset inventory. You'll find quick statistics on your total number of assets, how many are in stock, how many are ready for assignment. The dashboard also features charts that break down your assets by type and their current status. And the recent activity feed keeps you informed of the latest changes. Each of the cards in the top row can be used to see the status of the current stock, building, ready to go or issued machines. If you're an admin, you can click on the imported assets and see which assets we've still got that need to be added to the system. Systems here in holding are not available to be issued. Next, let's explore assets. This is the heart of the system. Here you'll find the detailed listings of every asset that we've got. The filtering is incredibly powerful. You can pull up information on all types of devices. Here we're looking at all desktops that are available and are currently unassigned. Now let's have a look at an asset in detail. The asset details page shows the asset number, serial number and all the different items you'd expect against an asset. What it also enables you to do here is actually move through the state transitions, as in take it from stock, sign it out to somebody, sign it out of stock, build it. Because this is a monitor, it goes straight from signed out to ready to go. We've now moved the monitor, transitioned it through, as you can see in asset history, with a full audit trail of who's done what when. This device is now ready to be issued to a user in another state. Sometimes when you've done all the hard work, it ends up you're not actually sending the device out anymore, so perhaps you need to move it back to stock. In Asset MS, it's really easy to put stuff back in stock. So just click available stock, confirm, and there you go, you're back at the beginning of your audit trail as usual. Notice that the audit trail has been updated from a ready to go stock has now transitioned back to available stock. Now let's take a look at locations. Locations are obviously where your offices are or your home employees, and it's an easy way to just take stock of what you've got and where specific things are. Locations is one of the first places you can see actual differences between logged in admins and logged in users. Here, as we're logged in as the admin, you can see that the view and edit are available. We can go in as an admin and change information. But if we log back out and log back in as users, you will then see a difference. I have now logged out and logged back in as the demo user, as can be seen by the DA in the top right here. You will notice on the locations now that as a demo user I can view the details of the office, but edit is completely disabled for me. Now let's move to users. This is where you would typically plug into your Active Directory or your network services at your working location and use this to assign assets against your users. Clicking on any user will bring up the user details page. Here you can see where the user is based, what department they're in, and their employee data. But the important part is you can actually see they've got assets assigned to them. The top row buttons, you can assign assets, reclaim assets, or close the dialog. Let's just pull back a monitor from this user. It's simply a case of grab a monitor, drop it into there. Now, do you want to recycle it or do you want to restock it? If you restock it, it'll go back into stock, it'll remove the user's details from that asset, and it's ready for redeployment again. If you move it to recycle, it gets put into the recycling area and it will disappear from your asset register. let's restock this monitor. Confirm restock. And that's all there is. We've removed assets from a user. Now let's add some assets. Let's find Betty Anderson 1. As you can see, Betty has got no assets assigned. Let's click on the assign assets. This gives you the assets here, and you can see which devices are here ready to go. So let's give Betty a phone. Click on it, drag it, drop it to the assigned assets, and it will assign the asset to the user. That's it. It's as simple as that. Now, suppose you wanted to issue them perhaps a desktop and a couple of monitors. You could just tick in the box on 2, when I get the cursor right, 2, 3. Same again, drag in, and there you have it. Mass issuing of assets. Of course, no program be done without some reports. So I've got some basic asset inventory reports to come up to show you what we've actually got, or we can look at lifecycle management, and you can see how many devices we've had over the years. Now let's look at imports, which is a purely admin function. This does not get shown to users at all. Here we can bulk import data from perhaps a supplier, or perhaps you've got a spreadsheet full of data. You basically click on the import and you get the various options of what you want to import: assets, users, locations, in either CSV or Excel format. Select it and then just import it. If you're logged in as admin and you're in the bulk import data, and the bottom button, view holding assets, is green, it means you've got assets there waiting to be assigned. These assets have basically come from a supplier and have not been asset tagged into the system. What you can do is you go into the edit assign button, and then either manually or using a scanner you can then assign an asset number to a device. Last but not least, we move on to settings, which basically holds various settings for the application. Reporting, so this is how long it keeps cache data for reporting. Why recreate a report over and over again? You can got your depreciation, your straight line, your declining balance, how many years you want to do it. If you take declining balance, then you have to specify the years, otherwise straight line. You have your typical password reset, and of course here we have my nice little barcode scanner, which allows you to test your barcode scanner if you have one on your system. So there you have it, a whistle-stop tour of my asset management system that I built completely using prompting and cursor.